What is going on, Trash Talkers? We are back with another episode for you. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the sudden retirement of quarterback Alex Smith from his NFL career. We're going to go over his career accolades, go over all of his stats, and tell you what this means for Alex Smith, and does he have a shot at entering Canton in the Hall of Fame? All that and much more coming your way right now! All right, Nick. Well, we learned early on Monday that Alex Smith had decided to call it a career. We are just 1 year removed from him receiving the Comeback Player of the Year award, as you so famously talk about the Alex Smith Award. And it kind of sad. It saddens me a bit to hear that Alex Smith has decided to call it a career, but he has been in the league since 2005. So 16 years is it's nothing to scoff at. And I really take a look at his career, and there were definitely a lot of hills and valleys, ups and downs, ebbs and flows. And at the end of the day, I'm happy that he was able to call it a career on his own time.
Yeah, when you look at Alex Smith's career, he may have not have been the best quarterback of all time, but he's one of the best leaders that the NFL has ever had embrace them. And you look at everything that has hit him, from being in San Francisco to losing the starting job from an injury to teaching Colin Kaepernick how to be his successor and how to be better, going to Kansas City, being their starter, teaching Patrick Mahomes, making him the next future of the league, and then going to Washington, having a horrific injury, and then coming back from it. Absolute leadership through and through in every stop of his career. He does not give up. He is one of the most resilient players that we have ever seen, and he has to be praised for it. He deserves nothing but respect, and he is one of the best leaders that we've ever seen, and I don't know if we'll ever see another Alex Smith again.
Yeah, Alex Smith finishes his career with 174 games played. He has a career completion percentage of 62.6%. He ends his career with 35,650 yards, 199 touchdowns to 109 interceptions, and he has a quarterback rating of 86.9. That's a really good career, especially for somebody who had to fight every step of the way to earn a starting role on a team, and then not only to earn a starting role but have it taken away from them, show that they still belong on the team, and then become a coach. So he wasn't just a player, he was a coach as well. I mean, you talked to Colin Kaepernick, you talked to Patrick Mahomes. What he did for these quarterbacks is absolutely incredible, and they were the first ones to sing his praises when the news broke that he was retiring from the NFL. So I love what he has been able to bring, not only to his teams, but to the NFL and to these quarterbacks, because who knows if Colin Kaepernick would have been who he ended up becoming, or Patrick Mahomes becoming the next face of the NFL. I think Alex Smith has a lot to do with it, and we need to give him his due credit for that. But with every retirement comes the question, do you think Alex Smith will enter Canton, Ohio in the NFL Hall of Fame?
I think that with other players who have recently retired, there's a little bit more gray area. But I think with Alex Smith, it is a little bit more cut and dry. And no, he does not deserve to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. He just doesn't have the numbers when you look at them. They are average numbers. He's had success in his career, and he's done a lot. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have any Super Bowls. He doesn't have any all-pro selections to back it up. He doesn't have anything special next to his name besides the story that he wrote for himself, which is absolutely remarkable, but it's off the field. It's remarkable off the field, and we can't account for that, unfortunately. Alex Smith deserves all the praise in the world, just not a Hall of Fame nod.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think Alex Smith has really just shown exactly what resiliency and just the human spirit can actually go through time and time again. I mean, against all odds, this guy was literally doing everything in his power to stay afloat, stay playing the game that he loves, and at the end of the day, it's just he had to leave. He made the choice for himself, for his family. They had seen him get battered around, and after this last major injury just 2 years ago, and then actually being able to come back and play on that leg, I take a look at what Alex Smith has done, and I say it's remarkable, but it needs to be separate from what he did on the football field. And when you're taking a look at what he did on the football field, it's pretty average. I think his insight and his leadership went leaps and bounds beyond what he was able to put out on the football field. Just taking a look at some of his career highlights, he did win NFL Comeback Player of the Year in 2020. Three-time Pro Bowler in 2013, 2016, and 2017. He led the NFL in passer rating in 2017, and then before that, it was just college awards. He was first team All American in 2004 at the University of Utah, and he was the MWC Offensive Player of the Year. So I think Alex Smith has carved out a really good spot for him to end up coming back as a head coach and maybe seeing what he can do there. But at this point in time, I believe Alex Smith is best served spending time with his family and just moving on from the game of football.
Yeah, this is a good spot, especially with the state of the game at where we're at. There's a lot of uncertainty as to what's going on with the whole pandemic and whatnot, and there just aren't many openings for starters. And I think a guy of his caliber deserves a little bit more than to just be a backup for the rest of his career. So I think this is the right move, and I think coaching would be the perfect opportunity for him to continue to teach other quarterbacks to be elite players. And before we finish this topic, I want to bring up Alex Smith. We need to make the Comeback Player of the Award renamed after Alex Smith. Now that he is retired, we can make that just right. We can finally say that he has completely embodied what it means to be a comeback player, going from a guy who almost lost his life on the football field to then returning and playing the game and bringing his team to the playoffs. That's absolutely remarkable, and he needs to be rewarded so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to him receiving the Comeback Player of the Year honor being, given his name. I'd like to see that. I believe that there has been other players that have suffered similar injuries to what he suffered, and they were never able to come back and play the sport of football. So Alex Smith actually not only coming back, but also starting and showing that he can actually lead a team to victory, brought this team to a playoff run. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. If there's anybody that deserves the Comeback Player of the Year award being named after them, I believe it's Alex Smith. All right, well, that's going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.